What is up, everyone? So in this video today, I'm going to be showing you guys me installing these white line sway bars. I'll pretty much give you guys a review of how I feel about installing them. There's plenty of install videos on YouTube forums, so I'm just making this video to show you guys how it is for me when I install them. And I want to give a huge shout out to everyone that is subscribed to my channel. We hit 1,000 subscribers since December 31st of 2018. So special thanks to all of you guys. Also, if you guys enjoy watching the videos, I plan to post them once a week. All right, so as you can see, we have the white line front and rear sway bars. We have the SPL front and rear end links, and then these are the tools I'm going to try and install them with. I might need to borrow some. We'll see how this video goes. Alright, so I'm pretty much just going to be opening up all of these boxes, unboxing this, a cool SPL part sticker. So the SPL rear end links for the 350Z are the same for the 370Z. So it says the dimensions of everything, the part numbers, shows like this cool diagram of everything. It gives you enough information about what to do with the OEM ones. It tells you how the placement is supposed to be. Yeah, I'm in my neighborhood, so you hear all these noises, whatever. Planes and ish. But yeah, these are some quality looking parts. SPL. The reason why I got the SPL end links is because I have seen on the forums that the white line end links are notorious for breaking. So I have nothing against them, but I'm not trying to install a part more than once. Yeah, these are some quality looking end links. These are the Z34 front end links, so the front end links are different than the 350Z front end links. Pretty much like a nut and a bolt, and like the length of it pretty much is what makes it different. A lot of end links are actually pretty universal. But yeah, these are the front end links. These are like so beefy. This has like some like packaging over it. I thought it was just gonna be metal. All right. So this is a sway bar. There's nothing in this package. Whole adjustable sway. That's all it says. It doesn't even say like if it's front or rear. We'll figure it out. I have no clue. Oh my god. I hate dropping things. Okay, cool. This is the front. It's a nice looking sway bar. It's like all powder coated, nice colors and stuff. Like, what? Now we're at the rear sway bar. And the reason I got these is because you can adjust the stiffness level. A lot of track guys just don't run the rear sway bar. I already kind of bought these. I'm just gonna install them. Yeah, this is the rear. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but right there is the end link. So we're gonna take this bolt off, and then there's a bolt here. And there's a bolt right there, and then it's pretty much the same thing on the other side. So it'll probably be a total of 8 bolts to take off this rear sway bar. Turning, so I had to hold it still with the ratchet. Alright, so the install is fairly simple. I broke these 2 bolts of the breaker bar, and then I took off that piece to the end link. The only struggle I'm really having right now is trying to get that bolt, if you can see it, yeah, right there, that bolt off the end link. It's hard to get good leverage. Right now I'm just gonna take this whole entire sway bar off, and then I'm gonna try to get the end links off so that we can install the SPL ones. All right, I finally got the sway bar unattached to everything. So now the only thing left is to try and take it off. I'm pretty sure if I take this exhaust off, it'll be a little bit simpler to get it out from under here. So I pretty much figured out what my issue is. I could pretty much turn the sway bar like this, right? And I could just pull it down, which would make it so much simpler than trying to wiggle it out. Take this entire brace off. I'm gonna take off my exhaust. I have to take it off anyways because I have to put my new gasket over there, my 3-inch gasket from Z1. So for any of you that are struggling trying to take off your sway bar, your rear one, just take off this brace thing and take off your exhaust that might be in the way of everything. Alright, so the last thing I need to do for this sway bar installation is get this end link off. So that bolt right there, same thing on the passenger side, and then we're gonna install the SPL end link. Alright, if you're having difficulties trying to take off your end link, I pretty much just use the 17, like WD-40. Like I try to put a breaker bar, it kind of fit in there. I barely got to like move the thing, but I use a 17mm wrench right here for this nut, and then I pretty much just loosen it from this end instead of that end because it's a lot easier to get more leverage and get it off this way. So I'm gonna try and do it the same thing on the passenger side. I'm done with taking off these end links. That was the hardest part, just figuring out if I can get that breaker bar in there. I didn't know I'd be able to fit. So now we're just gonna put this end link in there like so. Alright, so I finally got the SPL end link on there. The way that this end link sits, this side swivels, the other one doesn't. With the stock one, if you can really see this, see how like this end is pretty much straight and it stays there, and this one is turned. So I put the piece that swivels right here so I can turn it like this if I need to. Alright, so for these white line sway bar like bushings and attachments, they don't come with the hardware, so you have to keep the stock bolts that attach your sway bar to the chassis. Before we put that sway bar on, we're going to grease these bushings. So pretty much you don't want to put any of the grease in here, you just want to put it inside of this bushing. So this is the grease that it comes with. We're going to put this on the inner side of this bushing, and then I'm going to put this onto the sway bar, and then I'll show you the rest. Alright, don't be an idiot like me and put your sway bar on backwards. I just put it on the right way. So you want it to be like a U shape, like I'm facing towards the diff and towards, like that's the front of the car over there. That's my mid pipe right there if you see it. So you want it to be like a U shape, and you want this dip to pretty much like clear where the diff is, and you'll have everything lined up right correctly. The bar is like that, and then you can just push it under your car, and that's the way it's supposed to mount up. It's kind of annoying trying to put the wheel up to the ride height. It was weird because this side I was able to get it on there, but the other side, since it wasn't like on the ground or jacked up, it wouldn't really go onto the sway bar right. It was like as if one portion of the sway bar was pulled upward and the other was just kind of drooping. Like it was like kind of like twisted or bent. So I just took the end link off of that one, and we're gonna try and figure it out. I'm not sure if you can really see that SPL end link right there, but I was able to do my car's preload. My car's on the ground. That's how you're supposed to do it. I try to make it as even as possible. It says to make the end link like 30 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, so I'm guessing that these two bolts right here are 14mm, just like they were on the rear. So we're gonna go ahead and try it out, see if it's a 14. Yep, it's a 14. All right, so I pretty much just use a torque wrench that I don't really care about to take this end link off, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I only have one bolt left right there for this sway bar to come off. I mean, I have these two bolts connected like right there and there, but those are easy to come off. I just need to get the end link off, and then I should be good to go. Alright guys, I pretty much finished the rear sway bar. I only have one thing left. It's like the lockout kind of thing you put on the sway bar next to the attachment to the chassis. I already did the preload on the rear sway bar, and the sway bar is already on there. I have a bad list because I have my retainers on. Anyways, the front, the only thing I have left on the front is just one bolt that is attached to the end link, and then I should be good. So I'm gonna hopefully grab one of my friend's impact guns, or use one or borrow one, I don't know. I'm gonna try and get an impact gun tomorrow, so that will be the last thing I really need to get off, and then I will be finished with the installation of the sway bar. So I'll see you guys on the next day. Alright guys, today's the next day. I finally actually broke that bolt before I started the camera. I just put my foot for more leverage to take off the bolt, so pretty much got that bolt off. So now I'm gonna drop the sway bar in the front, and then I'm going to be trying to get the rest of the end links off of the car. Okay, I finally got the end link bolt broken off. So pretty much I'm just loosening it right now, and then I should be able to try and get the other one off. It's kind of hard. I had to use my foot to like break it off of there because this bolt is kind of attached to the coilover and the other parts of the suspension. So hopefully I can just put the end link back in there, no problem. If not, I'm gonna be kind of mad. Okay, so I was able to get the end link out. See, this is the front end link. I have jacked up the wheel. Since I didn't really take the wheel off, that hole right there, that's where the end link was at. So I kind of just made it level so that it was easier to pull the end link out of that hole. So since the jack is holding it up, I'm gonna be able to slide in the new end link, and then we should be good to go. So from the picture, I'm guessing this end goes like in the hole, and then it came with a nut and a washer. So I'm guessing this washer right here will go exactly on the other end. All right, my neighbor's doing his lawn for some reason right now. Anyways, we got a impact gun from the homie Harry, so I'm just gonna, and then my end link should be on there, and then I'm gonna take off the other end link on the other side. Hopefully I'll probably move this car over that's next to me and put my car there. So we're almost done. Pretty much got it on there finally. So now we'll just try and get the other side. Right now, I'm about to take my bumper off because my car is pretty much too low to get up here. I need to put on this thing anyways. I've been waiting to put this on. So we're just gonna take off my bumper and hopefully everything fits properly. All right guys, right now I'm finally finished with everything. Like, I had to find all the stuff that I needed, but remember, these 4 nuts, you're gonna wanna keep them. You have to reuse them. Did not come with hardware. It just came with the brackets and that like lockout kit. So right now I'm pretty much just gonna do the same thing like I did before on the other ones. Just gonna grab that grease that they give you. It's like this high performance bushing lubricant or whatever. Just rip this out, and I just put like half of it in one of them and then half in the other. I mean, as long as you don't get it in the metal piece that attaches to the bushing, you should be fine. Make sure you don't put the lockout kit on the sway bar until you're done with the end links. So that's why I haven't really done it on the other one, but I'll probably get to it after I'm done installing this sway bar. And the reason why my car is in the air and it's on ramps is because you're supposed to install the end links like when basically the wheels are on the ground and it's at ride height. That's what you're supposed to do. I pretty much have the end link attached to the sway bar almost. So pretty much this piece right here goes right before the sway bar. And pretty much you just want to do this while the wheel is on something. So I have it mine on ramps. So that way the preload is on my car when it's on the ground and it's not preloaded while it's in the air. That's how you can destroy your end links, because you have to make sure that your preload is set for your ride height. So that's why my car is on the ramps. And make sure when you're doing the SPL end links, you put this thing first, and then here's like the bolt, and then at the end, you know, you just put this nut right there on the end of it to make sure you tighten things. This bolt is supposed to be tightened at 30 foot-pounds of torque, and the other one right there is supposed to be tightened at 50 foot-pounds of torque. It's on the other side, but you can't really see it. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up this nuts and bolts and make sure it's at 30 foot-pounds of torque. So that's the OEM end link right there in the middle of the screen. It's like, okay, the shadow's over it. Okay, that's it. And I really need to find a way to take that out. It's not really wanting to budge, so I'm probably gonna have to lift up the car or lower it slightly so that way it can just smoothly come out, and then I can put the SPL one in there. Is the one we pushed out? Okay. Alright, we found the push out zone. Alright, cool. Now that we got that out the way. Let me put this washer. Oh, it's not up. Oh my god, I just hit my hip into the side of that thing. Jesus Christ. Alright guys, I have class tomorrow, so I'm pretty much gonna stop. I'm gonna be working on these sway bars for 3 days now. I've been doing this by myself, really no help from nobody, and this has just been a huge learning curve for me. But anyways, all I have left for my sway bars are the lock centric things, like you just put the thing on the sway bar and it like locks it or whatever. I have to finish up the passenger side end link, and then on the rear I have to do the lockout kit as well. I'm gonna check to see if the preload is right on the rear, so hopefully when I put the car down, the end links have 0 preload on them on the rear, and when I get that done, then the whole car will be finished. I installed the sway bars. Other than that, I mean, what I have to finish my car with, I have to put my exhaust back on, I have to put on the rear brace on, I have to put on my splash guards, I have to put my front bumper back on, I have to put my aluminum undershroud back on. I took off so many pieces of this car just to install these sway bars so that nothing got in the way. But for now, I pretty much am almost finished, and we're gonna move on to day 3. What is up guys? Today is day 3. I finally got the end links onto the sway bar. I had to move the sway bar up and down as I was attaching the end link to the sway bar, and I'm about to show you guys what it looks like so you can kind of understand what it is, but it's already on, so didn't really film any of this. But as you can see right there, that is the sway bar and that is the end link. They are both together. The end link was pretty much just like an L, like this, as you can see, and like it's kind of like at an angle, so then I had to like go like that, and then I had to move the sway bar up and down at the same time. But before I really did that, I put like, this bolt is protruding out like all the way at this end. I put like the tip of the bolt in there on this side, and then I put the tip of the end link bolt on the other side as well. So when I was moving on the sway bar, it just easily goes on there. But as you can see, there's like no preload on the end link right there. There's none. And then this side, there's none as well. So I'm pretty much done with the end links. Exhaust leaks, everything's good with my exhaust. I installed everything the best I could. So pretty much that is day 3. The next one will be day 4. I'm probably gonna take my car to Impact Motorworks, get everything checked up on, especially the rear. I couldn't really adjust the preload that well on the rear because it's really not that much space, and I'm kind of doing it in my garage, and I tried and I couldn't really see if the preload was set at a good amount or not. So I'm gonna take it up to Impact Motorworks sometime this week. I have school maybe a Thursday or Friday, possibly tomorrow. We'll see how everything goes. But anyways, let's move on to day 4. All right, so right now I'm on my way to Impact Motorworks, and I've been like going around some pretty like hard turns, and I will say my car feels a lot better with the sway bar. Hopefully everything's installed correctly. I don't trust myself installing stuff, so I'm just gonna go. That's why I'm on my way to Impact Motorworks, so I can see if I did it right or wrong. So I'll catch you guys once I actually get there. We finally made it to Impact Motorworks. It's a busy street, but hopefully we get everything done. Dang, my car looking ugly. Should be looking better soon, guys. We'll get there. Right now, I've just been more focused on performance-wise than anything else. Alright, so I pretty much suck at this thing called vlogging now. I haven't done it in so long. But anyways, we pretty much just tightened everything up on the rear. He said that the preload was pretty much good, so I'm just gonna fully send it. I mean, the front, he said it was good too. Also, on another note, what I want to say is that with these sway bars, when I was driving around those corners, I really noticed a difference in how the car handled in the rear in comparison to how it used to. Usually, it would be like a very, very stiff ride around turns, I didn't feel as confident in those turns. So when I added these sway bars, it helped with the movement of the vehicle and able to apex properly around turns. So I really like these sway bars and these SPL end links, so everything should be good. And I can just go ahead and send it now. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Please comment and subscribe, and remember, let's turn our dreams into reality.